Suhaila Tahiri, yes, good evening. Suhaila.
Peace be upon you.
And peace be upon you, Suhaila. Within hours, your name was everywhere. The whole world says Suhaila Tahiri married Roberto Carlos. Then another piece of news spread, and a bigger one. Did Roberto Carlos convert to Islam first? First, Suhaila, thank you. And thank you for this exclusive, and thank you, to Roberto Carlos for this exclusive for Malik Maktabi's platforms. And he chose Malik Maktabi's platforms among all global channels and platforms. The first question for you, Suhaila, did you and Roberto Carlos get married?
We did not get married.
So that's it, you didn't marry. But today, surely since yesterday you woke up to photos, there are photos being circulated on social media. What happened with these photos? What is the truth behind them? And what was the nature of the event in these photos? Did it really look like a marriage contract?
I am Moroccan, and my religion is Islam. And I wanted to show my surroundings to teach them my religion. I am, thank God, a Muslim. And I love the people I am with. And I wanted to show them what religion is, considering the world we live in and all the problems, the wars between countries. I wanted to show them the beauty of the religion of Islam, that the religion is good, that we are not like that. We don't have this mess that is played on social media.
Yes, but we saw the photos. Where did these photos take place exactly? What was this occasion that began and seemed like a marriage contract?
No, that question that came up about the Sheikh in Brazil. We had an event. We bought a football team called Inter de Limeira, and we had Saudis and Emiratis come to this event, and I invited people from the embassy, and I invited sheikhs, and I invited many Muslim people.
But it was an event. It was a sports event. You were celebrating the purchase of a club in Brazil, according to what I understood from you, and this celebration brought together all the Arab communities to attend.
Yes.
Okay, so how did the marriage story start? How did these rumors begin? And how did the marriage story start, Suhaila?
Malak, today, as a business woman who works with big star players, how can people attach these things to me? Like, I'm married to Roberto, or I'm married to another star. This is the kind of talk that social media promotes a lot these days. Oh.
Yes, but Suhaila, the story didn't come out like that. If we want to look at it today there are media outlets, specifically Spanish media. And this outlet specifically, 20 Minutos, says almost that a marriage proposal was made by Roberto Carlos to you. This was present in the Spanish media.
Roberto Carlos is a very famous person. People tell him, are you married to so-and-so or so-and-so? And so on. I tell them, and why? He is a person who doesn't like to share much about his personal life. He doesn't. There are many people who work on screens and on social media. They start putting things out here and there, spreading news. And originally, the story that came out of Spain about social media was all about marriage, divorce, and all that.
Okay, I don't want to get too much into the personal side because you are also an entrepreneur in the field of sports. I will discuss entrepreneurship and sports with you in a bit, especially since you work with major stars like Materazzi, Modric, Lucio, Bebeto, Kaká, Cafu, Rivaldo, and so on. I want to focus on this part with you specifically, Suhaila. But when the story came out and you were presented as his wife, why didn't you deny the news at the time? Why didn't you sue that media outlet?
Honestly, Malak, it didn't change anything in my life. If they want to say I'm his wife or his sister, honestly, it changes nothing in my life. We don't have time to get on social media and start saying, no, This is a lie. This is like this. This is like that. You understand me?
I understand you.
Doesn't matter to us. It doesn't change anything in our life.
You have a point. One cannot silence everything people say and all the fake news that comes out on social media platforms. But you are an Arab woman. And often an Arab woman, if any talk comes out, is keen to respond and not leave any room for further talk.
As a businesswoman, Malak, I have a different mindset. My job is, I'm not the star. They are the football stars. I'm not an influencer. My job isn't like that. Today, I am a business manager, and I have the #3 partner in the world. It doesn't matter to me. The talk doesn't change anything in my life. Whoever wants to think whatever they want, that's their problem. It doesn't change anything in your projects.
Maybe this is one of the traits of successful people. Maybe they say we focus on our work, don't care about some of the vibrations that might happen outside the framework of success and work. Okay, the second question I asked Roberto at the beginning of the episode, and he denied converting to Islam. But the story started with a Turkish MP who reported from a Brazilian sheikh that Roberto Carlos recited the Shahada weeks ago. So what happened exactly? And how did this story reach that Turkish MP with that sheikh in Brazil?
What is the problem, Malik? Roberto Carlos. It's not just Roberto Carlos. Players who are successful like Roberto. People asking on WhatsApp or people asking everywhere. He tells them yes, yes. We tell them to be careful. For instance, we have this issue, a big problem with the players. We ask them, why do you answer things that might cause problems? I tell you, we don't live for this. He can talk like that and make some money. His problem, it doesn't change anything in my life.
But did he say yes? Did he confirm his conversion to Islam when he was asked?
No, he starts laughing. He starts laughing, but he doesn't say yes or no. He leaves people to think whatever they want.
So why did he do that? Why didn't he give a definitive denial to that Turkish MP?
Roberto has a different approach and his personality is different.
Did he meet the sheikh? Was there a conversation between him and the sheikh?
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Sheikh is from Turkey. People from the time he was working at Fenerbahce in Turkey. And the Turkish government loves Roberto a lot. So they started saying to him, have you become a Muslim? And things like that. And he started joking.
But him? Well, Roberto? What does Roberto know about Islam specifically? Did he read about Islam? Did he ask about Islam? Has he visited a mosque before?
Roberto knows about Islam because he worked a lot with Arab countries and worked a lot in Turkey. Roberto knows the world and he is a FIFA ambassador, a Real Madrid ambassador, and he travels all over the world.
So why did the story explode in Turkey specifically? What is his relationship with Turkey and the Turkish people today?
Why does Roberto have such a strong relationship with Turkey? Why did he work in Turkey?
Okay. And his relationship with Turkey is mainly work-related.
Yes, currently Roberto had a relationship with the Turkish government and a relationship with Fenerbahce and the whole club in Turkey.
In your opinion, if Roberto Carlos decides to change his religion, will he announce it? Or will it remain a personal matter? Religion is a personal matter.
No, he answered you. He told you in Spanish, he said that if he ever changes his religion, he is the one who will post it on social media. He himself is the one who handles his social media.
Oh, I see. But he said if he changes his religion, he will announce it on social media.
So there you have it, straight from Suhaila Tahiri herself. No marriage, no confirmed conversion, just rumors that spiraled into a global story within days. And honestly, this whole saga teaches us more than just wait for the facts. It teaches us something deeper about how we as a community respond to hope. Lesson 1. Good news travels fast because good hearts want good things for people. The reason this story exploded wasn't malice. It was love. Muslims around the world got excited at the possibility of a legend like Roberto Carlos finding Islam. That instinct, that joy at someone else's potential guidance, is beautiful. It's actually a sign of a healthy heart. But hope has to be paired with patience, because excitement without verification can turn into something that embarrasses the very faith we're trying to represent. Lesson 2. Silence is not always confirmation, and laughter is not always an answer. Roberto Carlos never said yes. He also never said a hard no, until he finally did, later, directly. In between, an entire story built itself on assumption. This is a reminder for all of us. The absence of a denial does not equal a yes. We have to be disciplined enough to sit with uncertainty instead of filling the gap with what we want to be true. Lesson 3. Chasing headlines over character costs credibility. Once outlets and creators like us jumped on this story, walking it back became necessary. And that's a humbling lesson for anyone making content. It's always better to be right a little later than to be first and wrong. Our credibility as a channel matters more than any single viral moment. Lesson 4, and maybe the most important one. Notice how Suhaila responded to all of this noise. She didn't chase the rumors. She didn't beg for, chase the rumors. She didn't beg for attention or defend herself online for weeks. She simply said, "It doesn't change my life," and kept building her work. There's real wisdom there, a reminder that our worth, our deen, and our success were never meant to depend on what people say about us on social media. So where does that leave Roberto Carlos? Still a legend on the pitch, still someone whose personal beliefs are exactly that, personal, until he chooses to share them himself. And maybe that's the real takeaway tonight. Whether it's Roberto Carlos or anyone else in our own lives, let's be people who hope for good, but verify before we speak. Let's be patient enough to let people's stories unfold in their own time. If this video benefited you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this reminder. And as always, Allah knows best.